Does observation change reality? By Dave Marsland of Cardiff Theosophical Society. The question of whether observation can change reality has intrigued philosophers, scientists and scholars for centuries. By examining both philosophical and scientific viewpoints, we may shed light on the intricate relationship between observation and the alteration of reality. In the philosophical realm, the concept of changing reality through observation can be traced back to the idealism of ancient philosophers such as Plato. Idealism posits that reality is shaped by the mind and therefore an observer can indeed influence and change the nature of reality. This notion is further reinforced by the principles of solipsism, which argue that individuals can only be certain of their own existence and experiences, suggesting a strong connection between perception and reality. On the other hand, empiricism, championed by philosophers like John Locke 1632 to 1704, proposes that reality is a result of external stimuli interacting with our senses. According to this school of thought, observers do not inherently change reality simply by observing, but rather gain knowledge through perception. While some argue that passive observation does nothing to change reality, this perspective may overlook the subtle yet profound effects of our observations. It is true that simply observing a situation without intention, focus, or taking any action may not result in immediate or tangible changes. However, the act of observation itself can bring about a shift in our perception and understanding of reality. When we attentively observe our surroundings, we become more aware of the intricate details and nuances that often go unnoticed. This heightened awareness can lead to a deeper appreciation of the world around us and potentially inspire us to take action or make changes in our own lives. Additionally, our observations can contribute to our collective knowledge and understanding, which can influence societal attitudes and behaviours over time. Therefore, while passive observation may not have immediate transformative effects, it is an essential component in shaping our perception of reality and has the potential to bring about change in the long run. In the realm of quantum physics, the question as to whether observation can change reality is approached differently. Quantum physics offers intriguing insights into reality's malleability through the famous double-slit experiment. This experiment demonstrates that particles such as photons or electrons can behave both as waves and particles. The act of observation causes the wave function to collapse, solidifying the particle's behaviour. This suggests that the mere act of observation can indeed influence or change how particles behave in reality. Moreover, the observer effect associated with quantum mechanics implies that the act of measuring or observing a system can influence its state. This notion has significant implications, as it suggests that an observer's presence itself can influence the outcome of an experiment, thereby challenging the idea of an objective reality independent of observation. The view of classical physics is different. It posits that observation does not inherently change reality. According to this perspective, the act of observing merely allows us to gather information about the physical world as it exists, independently of our perception. In other words, classical physics suggests that reality is objective and fixed, regardless of whether or not we are there to observe it. This viewpoint is rooted in the deterministic nature of classical physics, which assumes that the behaviour of particles and systems can be accurately predicted based on initial conditions and known physical laws. Therefore, classical physics implies that observation does not have a transformative effect on reality, but rather provides us with a means to understand and describe it. The field of psychology also contributes valuable insights to this topic. The concept of confirmation bias suggests that observers have a tendency to seek information that confirms their pre-existing beliefs, potentially shaping their perception of reality. This bias can impact decision-making, leading to a distorted view of the world. Additionally, studies on the placebo effect demonstrate that the power of belief can influence an individual's physical and psychological well-being, further supporting the idea that observation can alter one's reality. According to Blavatsky and Theosophy, the act of observing can go beyond a passive act and become an active engagement with the world. It suggests that our thoughts, intentions and perceptions can have direct impact on the fabric of reality. By consciously directing our attention and focusing our intentions, we can bring about transformations in the external world. Blavatsky and Theosophy emphasizes the interconnectedness of all things and asserts that our observations and intentions, with an appropriate level of focus and concentration, have the power to shape and mould this interconnected web of existence. In The Power and Use of Thought by Theosophy C.W. Leadbeater, 1854 to 1934, and Thought, Power, Its Control and Culture by Theosophist Annie Besant, 1847 to 1933, both authors delve into the intriguing concept of whether our observations have the ability to alter reality itself, but both emphasize the need for levels of concentration and focus, which can usually only be attained by inner work. They argue that our thoughts potentially possess a remarkable power that extends beyond our own consciousness. According to Besant and Leadbeater, the act of observing something, combined with a high level of focus and concentration, not only influences our perception of it, but can also shape its existence. They propose that our thoughts emit energetic vibrations that interact with the world around us, ultimately affecting the physical and metaphysical aspects of reality. On the same lines as Leadbeater and Besant, Rupert Sheldrake, born 1942, a prominent author and parapsychology researcher, proposes a similar perspective on the idea of observation changing reality. According to Sheldrake, our observations have the potential to influence and shape the reality we perceive. He dispenses with the idea of inner work, but suggests that through our conscious attention and intention, we can have a direct impact on the phenomena we observe. Sheldrake's views challenge the traditional notion that observation is a passive act that simply reflects an objective reality. Instead, he proposes that our observations actively participate in shaping and co-creating the world around us. While the question of whether observation changes reality remains complex and multifaceted, evidence from various disciplines suggests that observation does have the potential to influence and shape reality. Philosophical idealism, scientific experiments, and psychological phenomena all contribute to the understanding that our perception of reality is interconnected with the act of observation. However, the extent to which observation alters reality remains subject to ongoing debate and further exploration. By delving into the intricate relationship between observation and reality, we gain a deeper understanding of the profound impact our observations can have on the world around us. As we continue to explore and question this topic, we may uncover new insights that illuminate the nature of reality and our role in its creation.